Hey guys, so I am coming at you live from the Adriatic Sea. I wanted to do it closer to the Ponte del Mare, but the wind is insane. So right now, I am reporting to you from an abandoned pizza shop that happens to be around, nice and covered, so that the wind was getting blocked. So let's see. A little rundown of this week. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we were in Venice, and on Monday we had to wake up super early. And Paul was supposed to share his bag with us so that we could all put everything in one bag just to get to the hotel. And I woke Paul up. As this has been a recurring theme here in Italy that Paul is supposed to do something and then is asleep, and I have to wake him up. Talking about the airport here. Thanks, buddy. So Paul was asleep, and thankfully we still got on the bus in time and got to the train station okay. We got on the train, and it was pretty nice in there, and the train went like alongside the sea and through the countryside and the mountains and stuff. It was really pretty. And it was a long day, though, of traveling. Our train left around 7:30 a.m., and then we got there a little after lunchtime, I think around like 2, so we were on that train like all day. We had to we transferred once, and then that train ended up transferring again. On the second train, we met someone who's studying abroad in Madrid, Spain, and that was really cool. We all like shuffled into the train. We were looking for somewhere to sit. We sat down. We were all talking, and she's like, "Are you guys American?" And then it was like really cool. So we made a new friend, and that was really nice. So maybe if I go traveling around Europe while I'm here, I'll see her. So the train was pretty nice though, and then we could tell we were getting closer to Venice and like where people were going though. They were like all dressed up, even on the trains and stuff, and in the train station. Train station was pretty big. It looked like a mall, I guess. It was weird. And then so we made a pit stop in Bologna, which is another region, and we went to McDonald's there, and it was super upscale, and we had our first experience here in Italy with you have to pay to use the bathrooms around here. So that became an issue, and then we got to Venice, and what did we even do? We didn't do much. We like walked around a bit after we stopped in the hotel. The hotel was pretty nice, and then we just walked around, and I bought a mask. And then Paul bought a mask, but it didn't end up fitting, so he bought another one. I think he bought like 5. Anyway, so we were walking around, bought a mask, saw a lot of people dressed up. It was just gorgeous. And then like when we got off of the train, I'm bouncing around a lot, I'm really sorry. But we got off the train, we saw like the Grand Canal, and it was gorgeous. All the gondolas, which are like extremely expensive. I've had a lot of people asking if I took one. No. I cannot justify sitting in a small boat for $100 American. No. Maybe one day, I guess, maybe. But anyway, so I didn't take a gondola, but we took a water taxi, which functions a lot like a subway, because it'll like say the stop over the intercom, and it makes like certain stops along the canal and stuff, and like even the format, like the graphics for it on the boat and stuff look like the subway stuff in New York City. So we took our little vaporetto down the canal. And let me see, so we had pizza for dinner, and we had gelato. I didn't like it at the first place. Our hotel was called Maurizio, and there is a gelateria, like, right next to it. I did not like it at all. All gelato in Venice is the same price, but they're not all the same quality because they're trying to keep up with all the tourists and stuff. So some people are sacrificing the quality of their stuff just to keep up with the demand. It happens, but I did not like it the first night. And then second night we went out, and the canal's waters like rose, and it flooded the main square, and most of the city was flooded with over a foot of water. They were trying to get everyone to buy these like bogus plastic boots. I was not going to spend like, I think, $13 American for these plastic boots I would use once and would serve no function after a few hours. So Paul carried me on his shoulders and on his back all over the place. So thank you, Paul. And then we did that, and we went to a restaurant, and I had a spaghetti and seafood dish, and it was so good. I love seafood. It was so good. It had shrimp and clams and oysters and mussels and like a fucking lobster. It was so good. Oh my god, I died. And then, so we ate there. And we had like pizza for dinner that night, and we had gelato from a different place, and it was so good. So the gelato I had after the first night was really good though. So anyway, finished that, and then we walked around. We didn't really see much the second day because of the rain, like flooding everything. But I'm trying to think. Oh, we went up to this one bridge. I don't remember what it was called. But while we were there, I ended up finding a Hard Rock, not the cafe, the store. The cafe is somewhere like off the main square, and near this bridge was the store. So I went in there and I got Lisa something. And then the guy who worked there was trying to flirt with me, and I just wanted a discount on Lisa's thing, honestly. But he gave me coupons for food in the restaurant. I was like, I'll take it. So then we did that. We found a Disney store, and I bought The Little Mermaid because it was on sale for like $10, and I was like, have to. And we walked around, lots of gorgeous costumes. The thing about the costumes here, though, is that was annoying me, was some people treated it like an anime convention, and that's great, but that's not what Carnival is. Like, I'm glad you want to run around dressed like people from Dragon Ball Z or whatever anime, but it just really took away from, like, how cool it was to see people running around in, like, poorly done cosplays. And then the best cosplay I saw, though, I must say, anyone has read the manga Aria or Aqua, I think they changed the name halfway through the series, where it's based on futuristic Venice. There were people running around dressed like the gondoliers from that series, and I was like, yes. Okay. But I didn't get their picture. I tried, but they were like running around. So we did that day, and then we didn't really go out that night, did we? Yeah, we did actually. The water eventually went down, and Paul was like, let's go out. I was like, okay, so we all put on our masks, and we went out, and in this first little square, there were people with torches reading medieval poetry. Solid. And then we kept wandering, and we found this one plaza was just flooded with people drinking. There were people doing drugs, and there were like 3 or 4 DJs, and everyone was just dancing. It was so cool. I had so much fun. And then, so that was the second night. And then the last day, we hit up really most of the touristy things. We did the Bridge of Sighs. We went to the Basilica. We went to some tower. It was like huge. We got some really awesome pictures. That day we ate at the Hard Rock Cafe there. It was so good. They actually managed to make really good burgers. I was really surprised. It was so good. I'm surprised how much I'm missing like stupid food from home, but that burger though. So anyway, so we ate there and we walked around a bit. We got gelato again near the train station, and it was so good. It was so good. I've had a few different gelatos so far. I've had vanilla, fior di latte. I've had one was like a creamsicle. It was so good, and coconut. It was good. So let me see. Oh, Paul had green apple, and he like had me ew. It was horrible. Like if you like green apple, you probably would have died. I hated it. It was so bad. Oh my god. It was. So no. So Venice when then we got on the train, and that was a long ride, but it was pretty good. This one kid that ended up sitting with us on the train, him and his sister were wearing these like Abercrombie and Fitch like New York shirts, and they were dressed like really weird. Like Italians' perception of how Americans dress is like kind of warped. I would never wear that, and nobody dresses the way these people do when they have these like obnoxious words and just phrases on their shirts. It's like, you know when people get tattoos of like Chinese or Japanese symbols and it's like random words and it just makes no sense? That's pretty much every shirt here in Italy that has an American word on it. It's obnoxious, and like every time I see one, I'm like if they could read their shirt, they wouldn't be wearing it because it looks ridiculous. But no, so they had all these like obnoxious, allegedly American clothes on, and you could tell they had a lot of money. They all had their iPhones, even the little one, and I was like, that's ridiculous. And it turns out they could speak English. But it's okay. So, train ride was long. We got in around like 7:30-ish. We went home and ended up eating pizza and stuff, spent the night in. And so, that was Venice. And Venice is beautiful, but it is very expensive, very touristy, but if you don't speak Italian, it will work in your favor. A lot of people there speak English just out of necessity. Paying for bathrooms everywhere. If you're someone who uses the bathroom a lot, then make sure you have a lot of coins, especially in the train station. The rising water, just be aware that that is something that happens. That's just how it is. There are no, like, there are streets and stuff, but when you have literally water all throughout your town, it's gonna rise every once in a while. So Venice was just perfect. And then, let's see, the rest of this week, Thursday, I had to go to Spanish class, and I haven't been there in a while because the teacher hasn't been showing up. It happens. And I really love the teacher. I'm looking into maybe taking more Spanish classes while I'm here. I know that really sort of defeats the purpose of Italy to take Spanish classes, but if other professors aren't going to show up and teach me Italian, like, based courses, then I might as well take stuff with a teacher who actually is showing up. So I really liked his class though, but he really just sort of embarrassed me. Oh my god, you guys have to see this. There is a little cat in that jar over there, and he keeps peeking out. How cute. Oh my god, but no. So, anyway, no, the teacher embarrassed me in class. I didn't have the papers, like the readings that we needed. It's a lit class because the teacher hasn't been showing up, and I missed a class where he was like actually teaching. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I'll ask him at the end. And then he noticed that I didn't have it, and he like comes up to me, he's like stroking my cheek. He's like, oh my sweet girl. He's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, here, I'll take care of everything, don't worry. He starts handing me all the papers. I'm like, oh my god. And then this other guy didn't have it either, and he was like, you're irresponsible. He's like, she's our American friend, we have to help her, but you. And I was just like, oh my god. Everyone was staring at me and like making comments, and I was like really embarrassed. But Spanish went good. Met with my advisor quick, got our grocery money, did some groceries. And then that was more or less Thursday, didn't do much. Friday, what did I do on Friday? I went to Chieti and got my lunch card to get into the dining halls. I don't even know where it is. It's not attached to the campus. It's like this little restaurant, I guess, or something near our house, allegedly. I don't know where it is. I don't really plan on using it because you have to pay actual money to get in there. I'm like, I don't know. I've been fine without it for over a month. I don't think that I really need it. And then the guys in the office, though, when we were like filling out our application for it, he knew where Syracuse was, and he was like, how he heard we had a ton of snow there. I was like, yeah, all the time. So there was that. And then, I went to work, and I really, really love my job. I've been doing a lot of like grammar work. I usually start, like, I make her note sheets. I have to write them by hand. And I make her a note sheet on like some grammar stuff, and we'll discuss it a bit. And then we spend the rest of the class trying to apply the grammar for the day into our conversation and build on stuff that we've worked on the previous week. So it is primarily a conversation-based class, but she's also getting the grammatical piece, and we work on pronunciation, and just like I teach her slang too. So like, because no one's going to talk in perfect English. Her mom wants her mostly to get like speaking out of it rather than writing. So like, but grammar is grammar. You're gonna like talk like you live in the South, and you're gonna have a problem. So I really like it though. She's really smart and stuff like that. And then her little sister is just a doll. And then, so that was Friday, and I walked around, and let me tell you a story about this sweater. I really love these sweaters. They're called Maglioni con bottoni alla mare, and they are very popular in Italy right now. They are wool knitted sweaters with these crazy buttons, which are called alla mare. And this one's got a hood, and they are so popular. Literally everyone here has one. They are so warm and cool. Some of them have patterns, they're all different colors. Some of them are like legitimate jackets, some are just sweaters. Some of them are just like knit, and then they have like big collars and just have like a couple buttons up here in the collar, and they are just so cool. And I wanted one so bad, and I wanted to get one for Elgar. And I went looking everywhere for the sweaters. I was so crazy looking for these sweaters. I went everywhere, and no one had them. And then I went in all these shops after work on my way home, like, do you know? No. And then finally I figured out what these buttons were called, so I could ask people and like look online for it. And then yesterday, which was Saturday, I went out with Melissa, and we went downtown, and we wandered, and we found a store that had them finally. So I got one for Elgar, it was on sale, and I got one for me. And if anyone is going to Google and look up how much these sweaters cost, I did not pay full price for these sweaters. Most of them go for around $90 American to over $100 sometimes. I paid about $15 for this on sale, discounted from $40, because this one doesn't have like any designs on it. And then the one I got for Elgar was about $25, discounted from $80 American dollars. So I really got lucky, but I can't wait for him to wear it. He's gonna look super cute. And yeah, so I finally got that for other people at home. I have all of your presents now, so I can't wait to come back and give them to you. As far as postcards go, I am going to slowly but surely start sending them. So if you have not given me your address, please let me know so that I can send you one. And yeah, so Saturday we did that. We ate in a little place downtown too, and they had American food. I ate a hot dog that was wrapped in like dough, and they had French fries stuffed in there with. It was so good, but I was like, what are you doing? And then, so we walked around a lot downtown and stuff, and then we finally went home. And what did we do? I'm trying to think if we cooked. I don't think that we did. I don't remember, though, yesterday. But no, so then yesterday was Women's Day or whatever. It's some holiday that I didn't know was a thing. But here it's like super serious. And everyone was buying girls these like yellow poofy flower things, or mimosas, I think. Or that sounds like an alcoholic drink. It's something like that, though. So I got some, like a few times I got these flowers from various people. And I also went out with Paul, and we went to Corso Montone. And apparently Saturdays are bar hopping days, which obviously I don't drink, so I could have had more fun than I did. I'm going out this Friday again to actually dance this time, because that's all I really wanted to do. And let's see. So I went around with Paul, and we had a pretty good time, and he walked me home. And I am sending some stuff in the mail for a couple people. You'll see it soon, hopefully. I have no idea how fast the mail works here. I've been hearing that the Italian government, or like postage and stuff, is just about as useful as their academic system. So you'll get it when you get it, type of thing. Let me know when you do, though. So yeah, so today I came out to the Ponte. I've been walking around the sea and everything like that, and having a really good day. So I will vlog again in a couple days, and try not to let these get too spaced apart so that they become super long for you guys. So I love and miss all of you. I hope you're all doing well. Please feel free to message me on Facebook and stuff and catch up. I do miss you guys, and I think about you often. So I will see you. Have a great day.